So the article starts by saying becoming an extra isn't actually that challenging.
Oh.
Now, I've done it several times, so it can't be that hard, basically. The word challenging means difficult. It's something that requires skill, time, or experience to complete it successfully. Here's an example. The math test was extremely challenging. Few of the students got every answer correct, so that just means difficult.
Right, that doesn't sound very much fun for me. I hate math tests. Okay, but there are some things that I like doing, like being an extra. And here in the article, it continues by saying there are some things you should keep in mind, though. Keep in mind just sort of means to remember, to think about while you're doing something. It also goes on to say, like any job, you're expected to be on schedule. So we saw in that sentence that you're expected to be on schedule. This noun is a plan of what you're going to do and when you're going to do it. Now, when you're on schedule, it means you're on time for the thing that's on your schedule. Here are some example sentences. I'm not sure if I can meet tomorrow. Let me check my schedule. Now that's sort of the one where we're looking on your paper to see if you're free or not. What things you have sort of in your diary or your schedule. Here's another example sentence. The plane is leaving on schedule, so get to the airport early. That's another way of saying the plane will leave on time. Now, this sounds perfect for me.
Yeah, you love your schedules.
I am always on schedule, and I have lots of different schedules
and
to
charts
write stuff in.
And stuff, yes, I've seen them. Okay, by the way, in the UK, we do say schedule, so you can sometimes hear it pronounced differently. So that means, basically, as an extra, you just need to be in the right place at the right time.
Right, don't be late.
Yeah, you won't come back. They may just fire you on the spot.
Right.
Here's more. Keeping your energy up and always being ready to work are necessary too.
Right.
So whether it's coffee or sugar or making sure you sleep when you've got a chance to just rest, that's important. And you also need to be ready. You might get a call at 10 p.m. one night saying, hey, we need you on set at 5 a.m. Can you make it?
Right.
And if you want to be a professional extra, you've got to go, yeah, I'm there. I'll drop everything else. I'll figure out what I need to do, but I'm there.
Right. Now, there are some other things you can do. This one, maybe some people might have to kind of build up to do this. But here it says having several outfits with you will also get you noticed.
Yeah, in a good way.
Yes.
Not in the we're noticing that extra, get him out way.
And here's what an outfit is. An outfit is a set of clothes that are worn together. An outfit will include everything from pants and tops to belts, scarves, jewelry, and other accessories. So if you can see my red and my white and my black, these are all part of my outfit.
Yep.
Now, one of the things that you want to do is you never know what kind of scene you're going to be in. So you want to have maybe a business outfit, maybe a gym
business
sport
casual,
outfit.
Yeah. So if you might have a good idea of what you're going in for, but you might just want to bring 2 or 3 different shirts so that the director can pick, okay, no, wear that one, it's more likely to help you blend in, or don't wear this one because it's too bright or because it clashes with something.
Right.
You know, it'll be for what they want the look for the scene.
Right.
Okay, here's another tip for extras. On the other hand, you'll only make enemies by complaining or snapping photos.
That is right.
Okay, now there we started that sentence with the phrase on the other hand. And this phrase is used to present a contrast, to show that something is different from and often the opposite to what you said before. Now we can use it in the pattern on the one hand, blah, 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 and on the other hand, blah, blah, blah. But this isn't necessary. Native English speakers will understand that you want to make a contrast in the same way as using however.
Right.
Okay, so for example, you could say, I really love summer because it's hot and it's sunny all the time. On the other hand, I don't like it in winter because it's cold and rainy.
Right. Now, we saw that here we're saying things that you shouldn't be doing. So before we told you the things you should do, you should have extra clothes, you should
be on time.
Right, be on time, all these things. Now, don't do these things. First, don't complain. Don't say, oh, I'm so bored.
Yeah,
or,
I'm so tired, I want to go home.
The coffee doesn't taste good.
Yeah.
Ooh, no one wants to hear that. And here's another thing. You should not be snapping photos. Now, when you snap a photo, you just take a photo. This verb means to just, it's another way of saying I took a photo.
Yeah.
For example, could you snap a photo of Pat and I? Thanks.
Okay, so as I said in day one, they will often take your cameras and phones away from you if it's a very important thing with a big star. They may trust you enough to let you keep it, but if they see you using it to film something or take a photo of a star or of somebody important or what's going on, they will be pretty angry at you.
That's right.
As we see here in this next sentence, in fact, the latter will get you kicked off the set in a flash.
That's right.
So there we use the pronoun latter, and we use latter to mean the last item in a list you've already mentioned. As a pronoun, it doesn't actually make sense unless we already know what it refers to. So when you use it, make sure that the context is clear. Now, it can even be used in a list of two things, but it works for longer lists as well and always refers to the last, the final thing you said. You can see the connection between those words, last and latter. Here's an example. Pat drinks both tea and coffee, though he generally only drinks the latter in the afternoon. So the latter, we can see it means coffee. That was the last thing in the list. I generally stick to coffee in the afternoons.
Okay. Now, we also saw the phrase in a flash. So what's going to happen if you take your camera out and you start taking pictures on set?
You're out of here.
You're kicked off the set in a flash. Now, in a flash is today's shortcut for you. So we're going to take a quick break right now to find out what it means.